Good evening, good evening, good evening. Woohoo! Welcome to Gravity Talks. All right, happy Monday night. I am your host, Vicki Yelverton. I'm the proud CEO of Yelverton's Enrichment Services, where we've been providing services to the community for over 15 years, specializing in mental wellness and physical health.
Hey, everybody. Hey, I am your host, Natasha Lewis, and I am super excited about today. I'm currently the pastor of Temple of Deliverance Church, and I'm excited about mental health, and I'm ready to laugh. How about you guys?
Yeah, I think I'm ready. Hey, Miss Josie. Hey, Miss Wanda.
Hi.
So we have some awesome guests with us tonight. We're really excited. We have another one that'll be joining us momentarily. So without further ado, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So Wanda, tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I am Wanda the artist. I am a TikTok creator and influencer. So yes, I joined TikTok during the pandemic, and I just had a couple of videos that went viral. So
awesome.
That's what I do.
So what else do you do, ma'am?
I'm also a hairstylist.
Yes, one of the best in the world.
That's part of my artistic creativity. I'm a hairstylist, and I'm also an artist. I draw and paint as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being with us tonight, Wanda. And I need to also add, she's my hairstylist, by the way. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, hey, Miss Josie, how are you, ma'am?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I'm a stand-up comedian. I am an actress, and I also work in mental health.
You a triple threat.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us tonight, Miss Josie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. So the purpose of tonight's show, as you all may be familiar, Gravity Talks specializes in doing social media talks or platforms hosted to talk about mental health or destigmatizing mental health. We believe, Natasha and I believe that, of course, mental health is interthreaded or intertwined in all aspects of life. And so with comedy, we felt that there definitely is a correlation, especially since the pandemic. And, as we navigate through life, we always turn to the arts, and, comedy is also considered in the arts. So one thing about mental health and mental wellness is, as we know, a lot of times it gets stigmatized. When people hear the word mental anything, they automatically cringe and feel some kind of way. And so what we want to do is just kind of explain to the people that, there's nothing wrong with mental health. There's nothing wrong with mental wellness. It is normal. It is something that we all should be in tune with, just like our physical health. And so again, what we want to talk about sometimes is, when mental health is not in line, then that's when it can spiral over to mental illness. And so it's important that we make the difference between the two, and that we go ahead and continue to destigmatize mental health, and that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. So let's jump right in. And I know, Ms. Josie, you mentioned you already are in the mental health space. So share with us, a little bit about your connection to mental health or your understanding thereof, and perhaps how does it correlate to comedy?
Well, let me see. You're like 4 or 5 questions there. First of all, ADHD just kicked in. That's mental health. So, as my connection is, I worked in the mental health field for roughly 7 years, and I also dibble dabble on the IDD side as well. Currently now, but mental health and comedy go hand in hand. I know a lot of you have probably heard people say that comedians have depression. They suffer from depression. They are making everyone else laugh, and they have issues of themselves. Comedy is a way of expression. It's I know I use it, and I'm not going to say I can't speak for a lot of fellow comics, because a lot of us use it as a double freedom of speech. There are certain things that cannot be said straight out to anyone per se, because people don't know how to take it. If you use comedy and you want to relay certain messages, you can perhaps get them across much easier. So that's how the connection, that's my opinion on the connection between comedy. It stems from a place of truth, a place of outspokenness, and a place of what's going on in that moment mentally with that person, how they're perceiving it and how they want the audience to perceive it. Because like, I found it when I say stuff in the audience and you hear abundance of laughter, that means everyone has agreed on this topic per se.
So I like what you said about bringing out the truth. And sometimes it's hard to talk about true topics or sensitive topics. And I like what you said, that, comedians have a way of delivering that information, but then letting everybody join together in laughter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I love that. I love that. That's an art. That's an art. That's a gift. That's definitely a gift.
It's definitely a gift.
All right. So, okay. So before I'm gonna jump over to Wanda, but I see Mr. Les has joined us. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
We're doing well, doing well. Welcome to our Gravity Talks tonight. You just in time. We just went over our introduction, so we want to give you a chance to share a little bit about who you are and what you do, sir. Ready or not, here we come.
Well, I'm Les Long. Originally from Lewisburg, North Carolina, good old country boy. Been doing comedy for a little over 15 years now. Been a lot of places, seen a lot of faces, stood on a lot of stages, held many mics. God gave me just a little bit of talent, and I've took advantage of that. And laughter is God's free medicine.
Okay, I like that. Laughter is God's free medicine. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
On a shirt. You got any shirts made with that?
Well, if you get biblical, I'm gonna take y'all somewhere real quick.
Okay, take us.
In most circumstances, the Bible and science, they don't agree. In a lot of areas, science and the Bible and biblical scholars, they don't agree on a lot. But there's one thing that I know, maybe other things too, but one of the things I know is the Bible and science support what laughter does for the body. God says laughter is like medicine upon your soul. That's in the Bible. Scientists say that laughter creates a chemical in your body that builds your immune system.
Okay.
And strengthens your immune. So they're both saying the exact same thing. So
okay.
I
get on my soapbox now.
You dropping knowledge. We're gonna get some cash out going. We're gonna get some cash out going.
I will pass a plate on you, and I will collect.
I know that's right.
Well, we ain't passing no plate right now. It's COVID-19.
And the church,
brother, you got to do that thing electronically. Ways to give.
Oh, but I take that.
I give you a virtual IOU. I give you a virtual IOU.
Oh no! Ain't none of this when I'm going to the church house. I'm going to my house.
All right. Well, thank you, Les. And Miss Wanda, so if you don't mind sharing a little bit about your understanding or connection to mental health.
Well, I had experienced 2 years ago, I had a family member of mine to be diagnosed with being bipolar. So that's the first time that I've ever firsthand experienced it. You hear a lot of people use the word bipolar very loosely. When they talk about somebody whose personality is a little off, and they'll quickly say, "Oh, that person's bipolar, they bipolar," But when you experience it firsthand, it's a little different. It's a lot different in it, how we use it so loosely. So, yeah.
And thank you for sharing that, Wanda, because I'm familiar with a loved one living with bipolar. My mom is diagnosed with bipolar, and it can be challenging because you love your loved ones so much. You hate to see them suffering and going through what we call the highs and the lows.
Yes.
So, just being there, being that level of support to them and continue to help pray them through. That's really all we can do sometimes.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Well, thank you, Wanda. So Les, you gave us your biblical term, and I'm assuming was that infused with your mental health terms as well? Is that the mental health answer you were going to share with us, or do you have something else you'd like to share about the connection with mental health and perhaps comedy? Uh-oh, you on mute, sir.
Y'all had to forgive me. I had a loved one to pass, and I just came from a viewing. So,
oh wow, sorry to hear.
Yep. But it's all good. The mental health aspect of it is everybody has the ability to laugh, no matter what their condition is. In most cases, so the three of us that are comedians on this panel, God gave us something that He didn't give everybody else. He gave us the ability to make people laugh, and it's a true gift. It's something that we have to value, and we can help. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I need some mental health. This is what we do, and we share the power of laughter. If you can get a person to laugh, they can forget about all their other problems. For just a few moments, because when you're laughing, if you are hurting, you're not hurting while you're laughing. If you're poor, you're not poor while you're laughing. If you are without whatever, when you're laughing, you momentarily forget about all your problems, all your ailments, everything that's wrong. You forget about it in that moment of good laughter. So that's what laughter can do for someone who's dealing with mental issues. It can help them forget about whatever their problems are for a moment. For a moment.
That's powerful. And actually Josie mentioned something like that in her introduction as well. That, helping people as they're hurting, that, and we talked about how that's a gift that you all have. But then she also shared too that that's a way for her to express herself as she's dealing and going through life as well. Yeah. So, and I know we're going to talk about that a little bit further. But thank you for sharing your thoughts about that and that connection. And again, sorry for your loss.
No, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Sorry for your loss, Les.
Thank you. Thank you.
Praying for your family too.
Oh yeah, appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's a lot of that happening and going on right now. So we definitely need some comedy in this world. So Josie, Miss Josie, comedian Josie.
Yes.
So listen, I got now look, I know y'all was serious a minute ago, but I'm done with the serious right now.
I'm about to say, can I come out my bag?
And, if you want to leave, I get it, but I saw a red cup a little while ago, and I know what red cups used to be from my home.
It ain't changed.
It ain't changed.
It ain't changed.
We got red.
It ain't.
Don't you pull nothing out.
I didn't even bring anything. I didn't bring nothing.
Didn't nobody bring nothing. Oh, you always supposed to go to your bar. You always supposed to tip the bartender. You always supposed to tip the bartender now. Look at Les.
Okay, I got holy water. Okay, that's all I got.
Oh, we got water too over there. Waiter.
Oh, hold on.
That's my invisible person. I'm waiting for my water to float across the room.
Okay.
Don't make me call my son, call my kid all the way from downstairs. You know how it is when you got kids.
Yeah, hand me that right now. Hand me that right now.
Right. Hand me that. Give me that. Get that.
So I had to ask, because I know America saw that cup go across that screen. You slid it up.
I know. I tried, girl. Slid it.
But you did a good job, so I know you're waiting on the next one. But I'm gonna leave you alone. I just wanted you to know I seen it. So listen, I want to the last now. Look now.
Let's go in. He had a hard day now. Let him be. Let him be. Let him be.
Oh, the cups are turning up. Let him mute. I think he's coming to see.
Okay, I'm going to get me some wine. Shoot. I'm just making
so
Yeah, turn up.
I know. I'm gonna pray for him, Heavenly Father.
Yes.
So listen, Josie, what's your story? How did you start with comedy? What got you in? What made you decide to be a comedian?
Okay, so one day I was out drinking. I'm just playing. No, seriously, I was out drinking. After a mental health work day, a long day treatment day, I was out with one of my colleagues. I want to say this was roughly 2009. So I had just graduated from Shaw 2 years prior, 2007. And I was out at this bar called Raleigh Metro Bar Lounge, which was downtown Raleigh at the time, on the cobblestone. You know, down there by the bus station where the cobblestone is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was over there in that area. So I saw a friend of mine, classmate, on stage doing comedy. His name is Flick Brown. And I don't think, no, you wouldn't know. No, Tasha, you know him, but that's another story for another day. I believe you do know him. Not that way, not in that way. Let me clear that whole area up right there.
No, because you had to think about it, so I know it won't that way.
Work. So I saw him up on stage, and I always liked comedy. I started watching Three Stooges, Carol Burnett, Charlie Chaplin, stuff like that with my mother. What's that? The Little Rascals. My mother would like all that type of stuff. She would read the comic books. She would read all that type of stuff. So it was natural in me. And I was a class clown growing up. I used to keep people laughing on the yard and stuff like that. Never was involved in anybody's AKA group, none of that, Eastern Star, none of that. And I was just me. But I knew everybody. I just couldn't I couldn't do none of that with you. But I knew everybody. So when I saw him up on stage that night and he got down, I told him, I said, man, listen, I want to give it a try. I've been watching a lot of comics, been watching. I believe I can do it. So he scheduled a date. He made a show, and I came, I did it, and I made the crowd laugh. After that, it's been a roller coaster, literally, ever since then. 2009, I first stepped on it. It was super scary. Didn't have no support. Because people like, you know how it is when you are in your city and you're trying to do something. A lot of times, city folk, people that you grew up with, they ain't with you, or they just got too much stuff in their life to try to figure out what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? So I kept going. 2013, and I looked over there because I looked to my wall. I have a poster on my wall that I keep with Pierre and Tyler Craig. Comedian Tyler Craig, rest his soul, he just passed away. I did my first tour. It was supposed to be a 3-city tour here, but it was only 2 because I had to get up, go to work the next day. It was in Greensboro. We did Greensboro, Fayetteville, and then I came on back here. They were coming from Atlanta. They were here from Atlanta. And that was my first paid gig. And how I got that was I entered into a contest for Mike Epps for 100 comedians total, 100, and I'm number one.
Oh
I shouldn't
Lord.
even went over there and said nothing to the lady. I was like, "Is this where we sign up at?" She was like, "Yeah." "Are you Josie?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Okay, number one." I was like, "No, no, no, wait." But I went first and ended up being down to the last 5 finalists. Shout out to my girl, White Owl, comedian White Owl. She won, and she's from Durham. She won that. And because I made the final 5, there were producers for that show from Comicville that saw me, and they hollered at me after I got off stage, after the contest was over. They was like, "We like what we saw. How would you like to go on a tour?" And I was like, "With who?" And then they told me. Now, Pierre is from the movie Baps. Remember Holly Berry boyfriend?
Yes.
And Tyler Craig, he is a BET comedian, did many episodes. Like he was getting ready, Lord bless his soul, he was getting ready to make some moves. Tyler Craig. And he had his favorite saying, Les is leaving me. The moral of the story is, and every time he would say a joke at the end of it, he was like, "The moral of the story is." And I've been doing it, man, ever since then. Like right now, I got I'm in a biography on Amazon. It's on Pluto, and it's on Tubi TV, and it's on Fox. It's called Ladies on Laughter. Man, I just been doing this thing. Like I said, I started off alone. I got like a small crew of people. I got God helping me. I'ma just be real. Everything that I have gotten, every show, anybody give me a call and be like, "Hey, you want to be on this show?" God put them there, put that phone in their hand, put that opportunity in my lap, and I have took it. Some of them have been risky. I got stories for days. I'm gonna have to come up with a memoir. But I've took them and survived. And I don't plan on stopping. Like Les said, God gave us this talent, and I intend on using it. Me myself, as a young girl, struggled with my family, poor every day, and it was a devastating life. I had responsibilities at an early age, like paying bills and stuff like that, and trying to take care of my family and make sure everything was straight. So comedy really, when my mother passed, I needed something to keep me going. Comedy was it. I was already doing it in 2009. She was still here. 2011, she passed, and I got right back on that horse. And I ain't gotten off since, man. I intend to ride off in the sunset with it. I like what comedy has shown me. I like what God has placed in front of me. I like this. I feel like, you know how people be like, why am I here? What's this, my calling? I feel like this is my calling. You know, it ain't told me to quit yet. You know, when something tell you to quit, it ain't told me to quit yet. So
That's awesome.
So
Thank you so much for sharing. You just unloaded on us, girl. I'm coming back to some of the stuff you talked about, but I gotta check in. Let's see. I'm gonna check in with Les. Les, what started you to being a comedian? What made you make that decision? Say, "Hey, I wanna do comedy."
Well, for me, I always had a great sense of humor, and I could always, if somebody told me a story or a joke, I could always take their joke or story and make it better than the version that they gave me. So that kind of, gave me a little bit of insight. But I'm from Lewisburg. I didn't know no comedians. I didn't know what a comedian did. I didn't even know where you go to perform. So it was just something, it was a thought that hit me in my like 18, 19 years old, 20 years old. And then, I became a father. I got into working and all this other stuff. So it was just something I put on the back burner. What do you do with it? Because you're talking about in like 1989, 1990. You know, it wasn't no, you know, to my knowledge at that time, I don't even know if Good Nights might have been around, but it wasn't for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I put it on the back burner, and then speed to around 2004, 2005, it kind of surfaced again. And some people who I kind of held in a high regard, they kept saying, man, you funny. You need to do something with that. And I'm like, what do you do with it? You know, where do you go? And so they started trying to find places with open mics for me. And next thing I know, I'm at Good Nights. I kind of like Josie a little bit. I entered a contest, Steve Harvey. Back then it was called the Hoodie Awards. And
I remember that. I remember the Hoodie
Awards. And Steve Harvey, because I'm an unlicensed chef, I can really cook. Like cook to a whole nother level, like make your grandma run out the kitchen type cooking.
The grandma
run out.
Not grandma, because grandma really can cook.
Your grandma don't want this smoke.
No, she don't like it burnt. She don't like it burnt.
She don't want this smoke, now. She don't want it. But so he had a contest to come to the Hoodie Awards, but you had to write Steve Harvey a letter. And so everybody else that was writing this letter, you had to explain why you deserve a chance to come and cook on stage at the Hoodie Awards in Las Vegas. So everybody else took the normal route. It would change my life. It would help jumpstart my cooking career. My mama got cancer. My daddy about to die. This would mean a whole lot to my family. This could change. Everybody went for that sympathetic logic to try to get Steve to allow them to be in this cooking contest. My mind went in another direction because I kept hearing the letters and everybody like looking for, trying to play upon his sympathy in order to get this opportunity. I went in the opposite direction. I wrote a letter, and it only could be like 150 words or something like that. You couldn't say a lot. So I went left. I talked this as crazy as I could in the letter. I said, I'll cook your grandma. I don't care about, I just went crazy. I went ham in the letter about how good I could cook. I ain't looking for no opportunity. I'm just want to come out there and kick some butt cooking. And if you cooking on a gas grill, you just might as well take your stove outside and sit it on the ground and say you grilling. Real grillers cook on charcoal and wood. And I just talked crazy in the letter. And I sent the letter in on the very last day that you could enter. Because I just figured, what the heck. So some weeks go by and I'm at work. And my phone rings at my desk. And it's one of my boys like, are you listening to the radio? Because I kept a radio on my desk. I can hear the Steve Harvey show every morning at work. They said, are you listening to your radio? I said, it's on, but I don't have it up. He said, man, shut up and turn the radio up. I said, what you talking about? He said, shut up, turn the radio up. So I turned the radio up and his nephew Tommy read my letter. And Steve, Shirley Strawberry, everybody that was a part of the show at that time was killing themselves laughing at this crazy letter that I wrote. I said something about I'll cook your mean children. I mean, it was wild. It was a wild letter. And nephew Tommy is reading it, and Steve is laughing. Everybody in the studio is laughing. Cat, his homeboy, Cat Dog, everybody laughing. So I'm sitting there like, that's my letter. And so all of a sudden, nephew Tommy said, Les Long from Lewisburg, North Carolina, you and one of your family members are coming to an all-expense paid trip, 4 days, 3 nights in Las Vegas. So I end up on stage in this area cooking against 10 other cooks from across the country. Some of these guys were real chefs. I actually came in second place, won a couple $1,000, won some grills, but the whole time you cooking, you mic'd up. So I became the crowd favorite because I was the only person that was on the stage that really was a comedian. And so every time I got on stage, Kim Whitley was there, Monique was there, Nephew Tommy, all the cast was there, and Monique was eating my food, and Kim Whitley was eating, and they were talking how good it was. And then Kim Whitley, every time I came on stage, she was trying to crack jokes on me, so I cracked back. So it just got to be a contest between me and her every time I went up. And it was video footage of it and all that. So when I came back home, it kind of like solidified me as being a real comedian, because everybody was talking about, that's Les Long from 95.5. He just came back from the Hoodie Awards, and he's funny and da-da-da-da-da. So that kind of leapfrogged me into the industry. And then I had to grow into this person that everybody believed that I was, because I really wasn't, when it came to the stage, I wasn't that funny yet.
Mm-hmm.
And all this publicity was hitting me. So then I ended up with a publicist and all kind of stuff. And she was writing all this, Marilyn Bryant Tucker, shout out to you. She writing all these fantastic articles about me. And I'm like, who is she writing about? Who is this guy? and because I really didn't have it like that yet, but it was this perception. And so I had to force myself to live up to all the hype. And it took a minute, but once I figured it out, the rest is history. I done been everywhere. My list of celebrities that I've opened up for and toured with my list is crazy. And I'm still just a little country boy from Lewisburg. I still live in Lewisburg.
Wow.
And
how many years, Les? How many years?
About 16, 17 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's an awesome story. I love it.
I say this with no conceit, no bragging, nothing like that. But I'm sitting in Lewisburg right now at home, and I get to thinking about, I don't think about it much unless I get interviewed or a setting like this. I don't really think about it. But for me to be from Lewisburg, to say I've done some stuff with Steve twice. And Charlie Wilson, Mary J. Blige, Patti LaBelle, Vivica Fox, Jennifer Williams, Basketball Wives, Keith Sweat, Dave Hollister, Brian Courtney Wilson, Kurt Franklin, Marvin Sapp, Fred Hammond, Marcus Wiley.
Run that receipt. Yeah.
Fantasia, Dougie Fresh, Chuck Brown, the OJs,
wow,
Beverly and Mays, Pokey Bear, TJ Soul. My list is crazy.
That's a blessing.
And I ain't nobody. I'm nobody. I'm just a little dude grew up picking cucumbers and priming the back of driving tractors.
Hey, you
did it.
You got to add Gravity Talks to that list too.
Yeah.
Oh, Gravity Talk.
You got to say it like you said the other. Hold on. You wait. You had so much passion when you called out all them other people.
Wait a minute.
Give me some.
And Josie. I've been knowing Josie for a minute. She got them chops. And Wanda, I didn't know she was funny until till the COVID hit and she went to doing videos every day.
Yeah.
I said, what the heck? Where is your curling irons at? Where is that number 8 guy? Where is that hair dye? When you start doing it, girl, if you don't go curl somebody's hair. And Josie been giving it to him for a long time. It's not a lot of female Black comedians in the Carolinas. They may be out there, but I don't know, but maybe 7 or 8. in the state that I personally know, and that's worth mentioning. And Josie's in that. She's in that number. It's not a lot of.
I appreciate that, Les.
Yeah. That's real talk. I mean, you putting your work in. You putting your work in. That's it. And
Wow.
one, you messing us up because you already got a full-time job. Now you done dipped the hell over here. You know, I'm feeling some type of way. Me and Joseph having a hard enough time getting gigs. Now here your ass comes.
No, I'm not affected by Wanda. I want to work with Wanda. Wanda, what's up? Where you at so we can work?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Where you at so we can do some TikToks? Girl, I got a TikTok account. I love the TikTok now.
Look, I'm down. I'm ready. I am ready.
Les is still talking.
Yeah, I ain't did TikTok yet. I like it.
Let's get on it. Let's get in it.
I just want to get that. I ain't gonna talk about you behind your back. I'm gonna work with you, but I just want to know how I was feeling.
But that's a good point, Les. That's what we need to know what got Wanda into it. We know COVID was the trigger, but I didn't know she was that funny either. And I've been knowing Wanda Faye for a few years now.
Yeah. Lex
Wanda Faye.
talked his arms about that TikTok. Wanda, how you started? What happened?
Okay, I'm just gonna take this thing. I'm gonna take it back to my childhood. I'm a very dramatic person. Always been just dramatic. So the craziest thing is when I was young, I just used to just act all the time, just around the house, just acting. I mean, that's just what I did. In my mind, mentally, I felt like I really could be an actress. But so moving forward, I'm doing hair, and all my customers, they all know that I'm crazy, So I don't know how to tell a story and just tell it just straight. I have to act it out. That's just my personality. I've just always been like that. And my friends be like, girl, you so crazy. And girl, you miss your calling. You in the wrong field. I've heard it like a lot, like over the years. So a lot of people didn't know how my personality was unless they know me on a personal level. So Vicky, I can get a little, So of course, the pandemic hits, and I've been doing hair for 28 years, like straight, always done hair. And so Governor Cooper put me out of work. And I'm like, oh God, like, what I'm gonna do? I was making these jokes, and the thing is, I didn't know TikTok had the voiceovers. I thought TikTok was dancing. So I went on Facebook and I told people, I said, yeah, y'all, I'm about to do some TikTok. I'm thinking I'm about to be doing the little dances that kids be doing and stuff like that. So I downloaded an account and I got up there. I was like, okay, they got some voiceovers. I said, let me try this because I wasn't doing too well with the dancing. So I did a couple of videos, and people was like, oh girl, you good. I was just like, okay, I didn't really think that much of it. And I did the little girl video where she was talking about her mom, and one of my Facebook friends hit me up, and I'm still not understanding TikTok, and she was like, your video went viral. I'm like, what? And so next thing you know, a lot of people was calling me on the phone, telling me, how much they're enjoying my videos. Because, during that time, the pandemic, every day, I think we all was obsessed with watching the news, looking at the numbers, seeing how many people got COVID today and how many people done died today, So I was just overwhelmed with that. And so that kind of like took me into this whole little TikTok thing. And then next thing you know, people was calling me on the phone like, girl, just keep doing these videos. And that's when the riots broke out. So now we got the pandemic, we got the numbers are going up, and then we have the riots. So, the whole world is just consumed with that. And so the thing with me was, I think when a lot of people was calling me, telling me, how much I was making them laugh. It was so much going on in the world. They needed that laugh. Like, I need this. And everybody just kept encouraging me, like, just keep doing it. And so my family has been like so awesome, like supporting me, like sharing my videos with everybody. One of my classmates, from Kinston hit me up and said that people out in Baltimore was like, knew me. She was like, girl, I was so happy to tell everybody that I knew you. And I'm like, Baltimore, like, what? And so, but I think it really kind of hit me when people was like really going through, because people wasn't just dying of COVID. People was like, for some reason, 2020, people just passing away. And so I think what really hit me was I had one of my clients, she called me and she said, I just want to thank you. She said, because my husband's mom passed away and the whole family was, I think she had a lot of children and they was like devastated by her death. And she said, I just want to thank you because she said, we was feeling so down that day. We were so sad. She said, I haven't seen my husband smile in a while. And she said, we decided to pull your videos up on TikTok. And she said, girl, we laughed and we laughed. And she said, it's been a long time since I seen my husband actually smile. And she said, I want to thank you for those videos. And she said, just keep doing what you're doing. And the craziest thing is I ended up running into the husband out in the street. And he was like, Wanda, I was like, hey. He was like, man, your videos really kept me lifted up. He was like, just keep doing what you do. And I was like, okay, so I think, and then after that, that just really motivated me to continue to do the videos. And then, now I have a big TikTok follower outside of my Facebook family, and they all just saying the same thing. So, and of course my mom, all she did was just play bingo every day. So now her bingo is shut down. So she looks forward to the videos because that's all she got, And so then I had another one of my aunts who lives in like a elderly residential apartments. She hit me up. She was like, oh my God, your videos, I share them with the whole
community,
assisted living people, and girl, we love your videos, girl, just keep right on doing it. So I just didn't realize like how many people like that it really affected and how much they really love these videos, and it's just off of me just being like, I'm trying to figure out my life now. I've been doing it for 28 years and all of a sudden Governor Cooper said, okay, you out of work, so just to keep me sane. And I just started doing the video, and and it's just crazy with how many people that it inspires. Like a young lady yesterday told me how much these videos inspired her. I'm just like, wow, So yeah,
wow,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's beautiful, though. I love it how even in the midst of it all, you're still able to bring joy to families. I'm gonna tell you, because I was one of those ones that was watching that news, looking at them numbers, and I was saying they talking about the curve flattening, and I said, now somebody lying to me, because I'm gonna tell you, I ain't seen it flatten yet. I just don't. I mean, I'm. You know what? I digress. We supposed to be talking about something, but I mean, come on. You know, that, they still talking about it. It's flattening and it's getting better. We going to new phase. Okay, don't. Okay. All right. That's why. I mean, and I ain't got no problem with Roy Cooper, but I just don't know. I don't understand the math. But anyway, all right. Okay, go ahead.
What?
So look. So, but one of the common threads is it was a life event, and which kind of thrust you all into the world of comedy. And I thank God that you were obedient and listened to that little voice that allowed you to exercise that gift, because we need laughter, especially 2020.
Yes.
And like Wanda said, we watching the news.
Wait a minute. I got 2020 wasn't that bad. Like, I got food stamps. Come on now. I ain't qualified for food stamps in so long.
You got some more.
You know what? I'm gonna hit you. You know what I'm saying, when the real time comes, girl. I ain't qualified for food stamps in so long. They was like, girl, you got 2 degrees. You don't need no food stamps. I need it.
Joseph,
but
it got even better for me. I got comedic unemployment because I filed taxes as an entertainer every year. So I was able to get unemployment doing this here.
And
high five.
But the thing is,
Boo.
okay, so as we
Boo.
we're all resilient. Look, we all resilient people. We make ways out of no way. But I think
Right.
the key
Right.
is using your gift. So okay, so sometimes United States, the gift can be a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about, you know, the fact that now that you are known to be funny. Do you find it hard for people to take you seriously sometimes? Because they might think you always joking. You know, I know Natasha gets this often. People, you know, she'll make a comment and we'd be like, huh. She'd be like, why y'all laughing? I'm serious. And we'd be like, you serious? So do you find that that's challenging, or are you able to kind of get your point across and saying, no, I'm serious, and people take you serious, or do they still kind of think, nah, you being funny? So Josie, what you think?
It happens. It happens a lot. People laugh all the time, and I'll be like, no, I'm being serious right now. Like, for real. And then I have to curse, and then when I curse, they be like, oh, she for real.
Oh, she's serious.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes comedians curse too. So like you,
Not that type of curse.
oh,
You know, when I get serious, the face change, everything, eyes pop out, all that. You know, teeth come out. You know, be serious.
so you said you had a son. Did your son try like to joke at you?
I tell myself all the time, if I don't make it big, that he gonna be the one. I'm telling you, he got these quick one-liners. I don't even be ready for him. Like, he gets it from his dad. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay.
Silence.
I was scared to ask anything else.
I let her say when she said she made that face. I knew she was serious.
Yeah, she's gonna leave it at that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you, Wanda? Do you find it where people don't take you seriously anymore?
No, I don't have that issue. I think it's more of the opposite. You know, that people, I think my personality has flipped with people now. You know, because with my son, I knew that my TikTok was getting serious when he was like, dang, Mom. I thought you was only gonna get maybe like 1,000 followers and that's it. Like, dang, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think he's still trying to process. Like, I can't believe y'all think my mom is funny. You know what I mean? So, so he only had me at 1,000 followers. He's like, that's all I thought you was gonna get. You know. So now kids are. I'm probably at 34,000 now. Yeah, so I got them followers pretty quick. So you know, he get his little friends or see me, and then his friends started saying something. So now I think it's the opposite for me, because I think people always thought I was so serious. You know, people that don't know me, they think they got this perception about me that I'm a serious person, which I'm not. So it's totally opposite for me.
Okay.
Yeah, the first time I saw your TikTok video, I was like, who was that? I didn't know who I was like,
yeah, everybody's like, I didn't know you was that funny. You know, so it's the opposite.
It came out of nowhere, but I love it.
Yeah, my mom called me today about my TikTok. Like, she calls me out.
Well, you know, everybody wants to know when you're gonna drop a new one. When
my mama already think I'm a celebrity. She already think I'm one. She be like, girl, everybody be calling me. They be calling me, girl. Just keep doing them. Keep doing them, girl. They be calling me. I be like, oh, God.
She's proud. I know she's proud. Hey, baby. I know she's proud. So
yeah,
what about you? What about you? As far as do people find it where people find it hard to take you seriously?
My looks can do it, because you know I get the what? So it you can tell by my facial expression, like, all right, it's finna jump off. Because for me, laughter became a coping mechanism to keep me grounded and to keep me solid. You know, I've had a lot of, like Josie was saying with her, I've had a lot of ups and downs, you know, since I've been in this business. And I have laughed to keep from crying. And not only did I laugh to keep from crying, a lot of times, you know, I was on stage about to go to pieces. And I got to make 5,000, 200, 100, 10,000, whatever the case is. I got to make them laugh, and I'm tore all to pieces. Ain't nothing right in my life. So my facial expressions a lot of times tell it all. So it's real quick to look at me and say, all right, he finna set it off, y'all. All right, leave him alone. Let him alone now. Let him alone. Let him be. And you know, I don't have sisters and brothers. So I've always had to defend myself. So yeah, my looks say it all. The eyebrow cock up and get to looking like Ice Cube and The Rock at the same time, it's a problem.
It's a problem, huh?
It's a problem now.
You get it clapping them hands.
Oh, it's a problem. It's a problem now. You got some repercussions and consequences going on. I'm trying to tell you something. Listen to me. You know how my sister cheering 4, 6, and 12. Anyway, I'm tripping.
You sound like Bernie Mac there one time.
Who are you trying to say? I'm trying to tell you something. You know? I'm clowning.
So when so it's almost like, and correct me if I'm wrong, so it's almost like when you get on stage, it's like a button turns on and you're automatically become selfless and it's all about entertainment.
Yep. Yeah. For me it is. Yeah. For me it's we're talking about mental health, so I'm gonna throw this in there. This is truth. I have literally, my life has been so messed up at times in these years that I've been doing comedy. My life has been so messed up that I have literally cried almost all the way to a show.
Wow.
And I'm talking about a 2-3 hour drive, and it's like I'm taking breaks from crying, just like you take breaks from being happy. And literally would have to find a store a few miles before I got to the venue and get Visine to get the red out my eyes, because people have paid to see this. They paid to see this guy. And I'm not that guy. I'm not looking like that guy. So I'm buying Visine. I'm loading my eyes with Visine to get the red out, because things are just that terrible. And go in front of this crowd and kill them. And I have been so broke going to some of them shows that if they hadn't have paid me in cash, I would still be sitting there now.
Wow.
Because I had just enough money to get to the show. That's all I had. And if they had gave me a check or anything else, I would still be sitting there now. But I got to go out here in front of these 50 people or these 500 or this 5,000 people, and I got to make them laugh, and I ain't got no money. None. And don't know how I'm going to make it. But I got to go out here and make them laugh. And so that's what me and Josie do. We still got to make them laugh. They didn't put that deposit in your pocket. You got to make them laugh. That's you know, because I'm gonna get the other half of that money. I don't care if the crowd laugh or not. I'm gonna get the other. I got 30 minutes. I got 45 minutes. I'm gonna do my 45. I don't care y'all don't laugh. Josie may have seen. She's probably seen me say that on stage. I don't care y'all don't laugh. I'm gonna get this money. They told me I got to do 45 minutes. You can get 45 minutes. You can sit there and look at me crazy, but I'm going to do this 45. I'm getting that check.
That's right.
I'm getting this check. So, you know, that's been a coping mechanism for me. I had a bad attitude when I was younger. So I used to joke a lot just to keep from getting mad. I had a bad temper.
So let me ask you this. So those times where you found yourself on the way to a show, just crying and bawling out, you got to get the Visine, clear up your eyes. When you get off the stage, does that stuff go away, or do you go right back to that same person?
Oh, I'm to all the pieces coming home.
Wow.
Oh yeah. This is real. This is real. I mean, I've shared this a few times over the years in video and in interviews and things of that nature. But I tell everybody, with me, I'm an open book. You want to know? Ask me. I'm gonna tell you. It ain't all glitz and glamour. People see me, that's Les Long. Man, forget that guy. I'm going through. I've been through some stuff in order to be this person that people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And my best comedy show, my best performance, I'm just at a point now, almost 20 years later, that I think I can give my best show. And the reason is I had a lot of funny stuff that happened to me I'm saying like that. I had a lot of bad things happen to me that's funny to talk about, but I couldn't talk about it. Maybe up until now, I couldn't talk about it because I was still going through a lot of it. So I was scared to tell them stories on stage because I felt like my emotions would catch me. And now I'm on stage crying. I've actually cried on stage.
Wow.
Before. I've cried on stage, got emotional and whatnot because it was like, they wanted me to talk after I performed. And next thing I know, I'm emotional. And here's a funny story in that. I did that at this show, and this older lady was there, and she come up to me after the show. She said, "Boy, you was really funny, but then the words you said after the show really touched my heart." I said, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." I said, I'm going through some things. I made y'all laugh, but then y'all wanted me to speak afterwards, and that was a lot for me to do. She said, "But you told your truth." I said, "Yes, ma'am." And so she said, "Give me your hand." So I handed her my hand, and she put something in my hand. So I'm thinking she gave me some money. She was this older lady. She did that grandma. How grandma fold that dollar up about 50. How grandma fold that dollar up about 20 times and put it in your hand and tell you not to tell the rest of the children. So I'm thinking this old lady she done dropped $100 bill or something on me. So she said, "Give me your hand." So I gave my hand, and I felt something go in my hand. I said, "Uh-oh." Grandma done gave me the bag. Grandma done gave me the bag. So I held it real tight, kept talking to her. And so finally she walked off. And I walked off, and I opened my hand. She gave me her phone number. This old So I'm looking at the phone number. So I look at the phone, and my hand came up like that. And she saw me looking at the number, and she saw my wedding band. So then she came back. She said, "I ain't know you was married." I said, "What you talking about?" She said, "I don't do married men no more."
No more.
True story.
No more.
True story.
No more.
True story. So and you get lied to a lot. One, to prepare yourself for the lies. Josie know what I'm talking about. You get lied to a lot in this business. If everybody who had told me if everybody who told me they was going to put me here and make me this and blow me up and I'm going to have you on tour, I'm going to have you here. If all those things had been true, I wouldn't have time to talk to y'all tonight.
Tell it. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to jump out like that, but my God, tell it.
In this business, you have to be mentally tough because you get disappointed a lot. We get this when you be seeing comedians and these actors kill themselves and all that. I know why. I know why.
Mental health.
It's mental health. This business is mean and it's ugly and it's a lot of jealousy and it's a lot of hate.
Who?
How somebody gonna hate you for a gift that you didn't ask
for?
I didn't ask for this.
Come on, Les.
I didn't ask for this, but I got people that hate me for something God gave me that I didn't even pray for.
Wow.
But the thing about that is God all gave us a gift. It's about how you gonna use it. And the
Right.
ones that's hating on us ain't using it the right way.
Right.
I can't help. Josie can't help. Wanda can't help. Les can't help that the gift God gave us puts us in front of people.
Mhm.
We can't help our gift puts us in the spotlight.
Well, you
We
better
can't
talk.
help our gift makes us known and you ain't known. That ain't my problem.
Amen.
You're
Preach.
supposed to be doing something else.
Preach.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree. Everybody
Get them, Les.
gifted in other areas. Some people can be talented, but a gift is something that is given to you. You can't
Right.
take it up, you can't rehearse it, you can't snatch it. You can perfect it, but it's not something that you ask for. So, and I mean, you guys are impacting the world in so many ways. I saw Josie like to jump out of her seat and twist her hat 3 times when Les said they lied to you.
Yeah,
Josie,
lied to
you. I got to know what they tell you wrong, girl. What they say to you.
I done had everybody lie on me from telling people that want to book me for a show that I'm a vegan and that I require extra $200 just for my meal tab. That's just for my meal tab. I done had a producer of a show tell the people that he didn't know how funny I was gonna be. He wanted to be there to make sure what he was trying to be there for was the amount of money they was gonna give me. He wanted some of my money. He said he represented me and he was not my manager. And then when they were talking about taking a trip to Nigeria, all of a sudden he was my manager. He popped up out the blue. I'm her manager now. Who want to talk to me about taking her to Nigeria? I have had a famous comic that you all have seen in a famous movie. Ooh, I can't even disclose because if I disclose this movie, everybody gonna be like, say word. After
Word.
the show,
I already
say
said
it.
they were.
They want the tea on gravity.
Yeah,
They want the tea on gravity.
it was the initial.
I'll give y'all a little bit of tea. The movie is Friday. I had a particular
Which
comedian off. I can't divulge. I can't divulge.
Friday after next.
I can't divulge. No. I can't divulge.
What they say, girl? What they say?
What is
Well,
it?
it was more like what they did. It was more like what they did. When we gonna talk about the down to the dirty, to the nitty, to the gritty, it was because you got an opportunity. Now you're supposed to
spread that eagle.
What is?
Yeah.
What is?
Come up off them cookies.
You already know.
The cookies that you dip in the milk, or you just talking about regular cookies?
Natasha.
No, you supposed to you supposed to come down,
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you, I done invited a chick, no name comedian in my household. We share stories. I picked up from work, I'm thinking that we gonna work and make this thing do what it do skits together. And she sideswiped me, came in and stole my resources and started doing skits without me. No name comment. Like I done had people say they're gonna pay me, ain't pay me a dime. I'm calling them a couple of days later. I still talk to them to this day, because your mental health, you try to stay positive and keep going for your mental health. You're gonna have a lot of people tell you a lot of stuff just for the fun of talking.
Wow.
Because it sounds good. They don't care about, like, let's say he cried to a show and then as soon as he got off stage, cried after. They don't care about your rent due. They be like, oh man, this show for exposures. You be like, well, my rent is 800 exposures. It's a lot. And the reason why I was twisting my hat is because mental health, comedy will challenge that. A comedian that everybody knows, Robin Williams, when he killed himself, everybody was just trying to figure it out. Just trying to figure it out. We as comics, as I said in the beginning when you asked me, we suffer, we have pain. And our job is to go out and make other people forget about their pain. In that same process, we have to forget about our pain. Because like Liz said, we have to go out there and deliver. We got to deliver. So what we do takes energy. It takes energy from us. People have no idea. People like, they just going out there being clowns. No. We study what we say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we study what we say. We take that time. We need to be alone. Some people don't understand. They do not really understand. And like I said, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. It's just like any other career. You want to get better at it, you keep doing it. You know, it's a muscle. You keep exercising it. But you're gonna have a lot of days where you don't want to because somebody done lied to you, a death in the family, financial problems, anything. And you know, it's a mental. It's a really and I love comedy because and going back to what Les said is free laughter. When you laugh, when other people laugh, for that moment you are energizing your body.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea how much energy, like he says, good for the immune system. Energize your body, and you notice what we're dealing with this pandemic is opposite to our immune system. It's it's scaring you. It's making you feel depressed, making you feel like you got to be inside, and you know, and it's opposite from the laughter, and that's why I think comedy right now, the TikTok thing blew up for a lot of people. Like my girl right here, Wanda, man, I can't wait to do a. If you're in the same city, I'm in Raleigh. I would love to do a TikTok.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. Mm-hmm.
I want to share a quick little story. Yeah, I'm gonna get your IG before we get off this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to share a quick little story. Les, you got me to thinking about $100, bro. Les had $100 story, and Les, what he was talking about, we do comedy and we do it because we love it. It's been shows, Les. I'm pretty sure you ain't got paid. You did it because, strength. You did it because you needed to, and you wanted to.
Yes.
I did a show one time for Chico Beans. Everybody familiar with Chico Beans Wildin' Out?
Now you calling names. You won't call the names on certain parts.
Positive.
You calling names.
Positive.
You do all right, Miss Rosa. Go ahead.
Okay,
positive. Chico Beans, Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out. I did a show with him. And I actually had a chance to sit down and talk to Chico about the ins and out of the business. While we were sitting down, I told him, I said, you know, I took this show just so I could be able to say that I did a show with you. I could stand my ground beside Chico Beans, make people laugh, and it was an honor to do a show with you. My man dapped me up too, you know what I mean? This dad was a little different. I opened my hand, it was a whole bill there. He told me at that moment, he said, I heard your set. He said, you got a gift. Don't ever let nobody take advantage and not pay you for your gift.
Wow.
And what, he put $100 in your hand?
He put a bill in my hand. He said he don't never want to see no comic go unpaid at work.
I know that's right. Come on with it.
Oh, wait, how much he make that night? No, man.
You know,
The more to the story is, it wasn't a phone number in a hand, it was $100.
I know,
right. Charlemagne Latasha Lewis.
Okay. So Wanda, okay, leave me alone now. I know you put it up time. That's why you coming from me. It's okay.
Man, the cup empty.
Oh Lord. Well, let's pour some in her cup because her cup empty. So Wanda, let me ask you this, because everybody talk about how they got lied to and everything like that. Now, when you go viral, it's a lot of people that like you, but everybody, sometimes some people get to look at it and they start sending other ugly faces and things like that. Have you had any? I guess for the comedians it will be a boo, but for you it's probably something negative or anything. Have you had experience any of that?
Well, the TikTok family, they take the videos like very serious. I think the people, I must do the videos so well that they really think I'm these people for real. So somebody commented, I did Kevin Hart. I did 2 characters where he was struggling with his homework, and I pulled out my belt because he act like he can't count, and I got 4 pencils, and he said it was 11, and and so you know how it is. You know, in my house growing up, my mother did put out a belt for real when you're doing your homework. That's not uncommon in Black families. And then she used a little profanity and cussed at him or whatever. And so somebody said, I know this is supposed to be meant to be funny, but it's not funny. people are really, kids are really going through this for real, you know. And the skit is from a stand-up comedy with Kevin Hart, you know. So, you know, you get little comments like that. Like, people really put you into that character and think that you are these people. Even with the little girl that I did, people like, you need your butt spanked. You telling all your mama business, you know, like they really be into this little TikTok stuff. But that's probably about the only negative comments that I have gotten is from that video.
But that means that's how good you were for them to think you were really that person. You know what I'm saying? You was in character, and unbeknownst to them, you was really.
I was in full character. Like, when I do my characters, I really go in. I dress the part, everything, and just she said she didn't find it funny at all. She said kids are going through this for real.
So initially, did it bother you, and it took a minute to just be like, "Oh, I'm okay. She crazy."
A little bit, you know. It kind of took me back. I'm like, but this is a skit, like not the skit that I did, but it's a Kevin Hart stand-up comedy skit. So honestly, I think a lot of people on TikTok has mental problems, you know, because I couldn't see how you got offended by a stand-up comedy. I'm using a stand-up comedy voice, and he's talking through the skit. He's doing his whole little skit with his voice, pretending to be a child and saying what his mama said, you know. So I just couldn't believe that somebody really took it that personal, you know. And at first I was kind of like, okay, you know, but now I just learned with the TikTok people, I just keep it moving. I don't comment. I don't respond to what they say. You know, I just move on to my next video. And I realize now that it's going to be a lot of trolls on TikTok. It's going to be a lot of negativity. So I just try not to focus on that and just focus on my work and my craft and my videos and just what's going to make other people laugh or, you know, make other people feel good. So
I like that. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. So I'm gonna ask this question last. It's just a piece of a question, okay? But I just want to know. So we talked about, you know, her getting negative feedback on TikTok. Have you guys ever, Les or either Josie, have you guys ever been booed before? You know, I watched Apollo.
Yes. Yeah, I've had some boos. I've never like been booed off stage, but I've had some people that were mixed in a group of people who were laughing. Somebody didn't like it. I've had letters written to I did a show at DPAC and I killed it, and I got a letter. A letter was written because somebody was offended because I was talking about Black people and how they worship. And I was like, I said, I bet you the person that wrote this letter was one of them Facebook pastors who ain't really got no real church, and they just on Facebook preaching to themselves. And I told this to the person that got the letter, which was the promoter in the venue. And so they went and investigated, and I was right. I mean, everybody not gonna like you. I mean, Josie, you can have a set that you killed it, you slayed it, and then you find out later on it was somebody who was there went back and told some people that you sucked, that you was horrible, and you saying to yourself, I got a standing ovation. So where were you at? Where was this person at? You know, yeah, everybody not gonna like you. I don't care how good you do it. Somebody not gonna like you, or somebody's. And then sometimes you're just gonna have a bad crowd. I've done some crowds where I really did not get the level of laughs that I'm accustomed to. And it'll make you second guess your talent. You know, it'll have you thinking like, man, I didn't really know. They chuckled. I got a few claps at the end, but like, wow, I mean, I really sucked tonight. And then you go right back out the next night, different venue, sometimes the same venue, and you kill it. And you saying to yourself, what did I say different? What did I do so different last night I ain't do tonight? So when Josie was saying we gotta have thick skin, because this comedy thing, it'll have you wanting to quit. It'll have you, oh man, this is an emotional roller coaster every time you hit that stage. Because we're not singers. Singers know when they open their voice, it's gonna be a sweet sound to come out. We don't know if we're gonna laugh or not. We really don't know. Wanda don't know when she make her video that it's actually gonna be funny. She's taking a chance on her thoughts of what's gonna be funny. Josie taking a chance on her thoughts of what she thinks is gonna be funny. We really don't know.
Right.
We taking a big out of every other thing people do on stage. We comedians take the biggest gamble out of everybody else because we don't know. Wanda don't know doing that TikTok stuff. She don't know. Josie don't know standing flat-footed on the stage. I don't know standing. We don't know.
That's true.
But it makes me think that this is more like your ministry, and everybody may not be able to receive it. You know what I'm saying? And I think as you all continue to grow and continue to navigate through life, it's my prayer that you all continue to be okay with that, because there are others, even if it ain't but one, that wants to laugh and is there to receive your gift. So don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Uh-oh.
That's right.
What'd you say, Les?
Don't stop, get it.
Praise God. Praise
Candy
God.
good as gold. Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
Uh-oh.
You got to tell how old you are with the Tootsie Roll.
I'm 50 years old.
Praise Dancing Wanda. What you
I'm
doing?
50 years old. So I ain't, yeah. You see all this gray hair? That's some wisdom right there. I'm 50.
Wow.
They color in it now. I didn't know. I would have thought you was 20. I didn't know.
No, I ain't color. I stopped coloring. The COVID made me. I stopped doing. I said I didn't know. I've been.
It could have been detachable.
I was dyeing my beard for so long. I ain't know if I had gray hair, how much gray hair I had in it or not. And so the COVID came. I said I'm not gonna dye. I'm gonna see what it looks like. I'm gonna see how gray can I get. And I told my wife, now your opinion don't count. I said, now if I have 5 women tell me I look good with this gray, I'm throwing all the dye in the trash. Well, if you can see, I'm still gray.
Well, it looks good, Les. I like it.
It does.
Now you got fits.
Yeah.
Distinguished.
Thank you.
He's smiling real hard now, y'all.
Thank you.
2 more women to the list. Lord Jesus. So listen, guys, we done had an awesome time talking with y'all, and there's definitely a lot more that we want to dig into further. So which means that we would definitely probably need to do another part 2, just to kind of go a little bit deeper into the conversation. I think that I love the topic tonight, and I think that you guys got a voice outside of having to tell jokes, and people really can understand what's going on with that person that's up there. That you guys are, just because you're able to make somebody happy doesn't mean you're always able to make yourselves happy. And I think that was a common thread that, no matter how hard you can make someone laugh or laugh until they start crying, you guys still may be having might be hurting or having a bleeding heart on the inside. And, that gift is amazing that God can give you something. He can give us something, and then we're not even able to utilize it for our own self. And that's something that he gave us, that gift. That gift is to bless others. And so we just thank all of you all for making us laugh, making us smile, making us, feel good throughout the pandemic. And, just really giving us something to go forward with and just laugh about whatever's happening. Because every day I'm noticing somebody's passing away. Every single day, somebody's getting bad news. They're getting a report of this and that. It's just been bad news left and right. So we thank you all for just continuing to keep that laugh going in the midst of it all. I mean, Les is still giving jokes, and he just dealing with the loss of a loved one. So we know that it's there and it's going to always be. So we thank God for that. So tonight in our closing, we do something called Full Circle. Our full circle time is an opportunity for everybody to express themselves and share a leaving thought. But this particular night, because you guys are comedians, yes, we really, you know, you can say something, but we want you to make us laugh. Okay? That's right. Don't look like that. Just take a pull your cup up real quick. I know whatever you got to do, but we want you to make us laugh. That's right. That's right. Come off the cliff. It's a gift. We want you to make us laugh. I think Vicky had something special for Wanda, right? Vicky, you gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna play one of her videos.
Okay.
So we want to start with Wanda?
Let's start with Wanda so the other two can get something together, because I don't know if they got something tonight.
So this is one of my favorites. Wanda has done several and have had me cracking up on one. And I appreciate the effort she puts into like all the costume piece. I mean, she looked the part. She go into full character. And a lot of times she playing like multiple people. This one, she's just playing one person. But I just want to give kudos and a shout out to Wanda for taking the time. I know it takes a while, takes some time to do those TikToks, and you got to be creative because you got to look the part. And it's seamless to us on the other end when we get to watch her in action. So if y'all bear with me on some technical things, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can watch this video. And it's going to be a little blurry, but you should be able to get the gist of it.
Can't wait to see it. I hope it's the one I like. I hope it's the one that I saw, one of the ones I saw, so I can laugh again. But if not, new one is always good.
Let's see here.
Got it.
Are y'all able to see that? Can you see that?
Yep.
All right.
We can see it.
So here we go. Let me hit. Let me start it over. Hold on.
It's in the middle at the bottom.
I can't see it because okay.
Right there. Right there.
Right there.
My mama went to jail.
Your mama went to jail?
Wanna know why I went to jail?
Yeah, why? Tell it, friend.
Cause her got caught stealing from that store.
No,
That's why.
no, she didn't.
And we gotta go get her out of that jail.
What Granny say?
And my gamma said that's a damn shame.
Right.
And guess what? Mommy got evicted from her house.
No, she didn't.
Yup. And my gammy said hers don't know how anybody get evicted off of no Section 8.
Right, how much is the rent?
Yeah, Gammy said mommy rent was $7.
$7?
And her list got kicked out her house.
No, she.
And Gammy said her can't come stay with us.
Right.
Mommy is dirty and her don't clean up nothing.
One of my favorites.
That's everybody's favorite. Like everybody's favorite. Like they can't even stop commenting on that video.
I tell everybody, that's the kid that tell all the business.
All the business.
That's the one. That's the one.
Hey, look, Ryan said, listen, Wanda's hair is the winner.
Where did you get those barrette things from? I remember when
my coworker, it's crazy because everybody on TikTok was asking me, they're like, well, girl, what did you like? They was like, their hair killed it, you know. And so my coworker has 2 girls, and I asked her, could I borrow the little barrettes so I can do that particular TikTok. I couldn't imagine doing it without the hair like that.
And how long did it take you to do the hair? How long?
Girl, not long at all. Girl, I just grabbed pieces. You know, I did it on one of my bad hair days. So I just grabbed pieces, girl, and just stuck them in there. So I think that's what did it, what sold that video.
So now that we've seen your video, you've made us laugh for tonight. Do you have any last words that you'd like to leave for those that are viewing and you know, just about how you feel about laughter?
I just want to thank you guys for having me on. And and to the people that are watching, I appreciate all the love that everybody's giving me. Everybody's so awesome. I get so much support for my videos. And so I would just continue to make them to make people laugh and smile and, you know, and get them through things that they're going through.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wanda.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right. Next up, we got Mr. Les. Mr. Les Long, it's your turn to make us laugh.
I'm gonna throw this at y'all before I even say anything else. You know, one of the worst things for a comedian is for somebody to say, "All right, you make me laugh." you know, everybody think like we got a button in our butt, like just press that button, like we all right, make me laugh, pull the little string, and we just all of a sudden gonna start telling jokes. It really don't work that way.
I was wondering if it did or not. I didn't know. But
yeah. It really don't work that way.
So
you know,
so you think you ain't got nothing?
Well, no,
I always got something. I just want to let y'all know that when people do that, we really don't like it.
Okay, I got it. I'm gonna write that down. Wait,
yeah, we really don't.
I'm gonna
Like
write
it.
that was in the questions we sent you, though. That was in the questions we sent y'all.
I know I can't help what you put in the questions because that I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Come on with it then. Go ahead.
He just want us to know anyway. He just want to put that out there. I got the point. I ain't gonna ask
I just
about
want
it.
to throw that out there so you know for future reference.
See, I was gonna invite you back.
We should have saved that one to the end.
That's just like me saying, "Show me your degree" when I know you ain't got it with you.
No, that ain't the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah, because I didn't check both of y'all out. Both of y'all got more degrees than a thermostat. Y'all well educated over there on that side of the room. Me, I'm over in the GED section like DLQ. Oh man, see, I'm making you laugh, man. I'm being serious.
And he already doing it.
You know he was down on us. You know that was gonna happen.
Yeah,
I told you he was crazy, Vicky. I told you.
Yeah,
I already
here
spoke
come.
about you.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I have really enjoyed this. You know, I'm just gonna say this and then I'm gonna get off because I got some beef, some calf liver that I supposed to have been frying about an hour ago because I actually had forgot about y'all. So that calf liver in there then thawed out, and the calf is about to reincarnate itself and come back as a whole cow. Because you know, and I already got I got to chop these onions up and get this flour right. Then I got to make this here gravies and everything. But this I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go because I got an appointment with some liver in there. Some things. This just something I took notice of during the COVID, you know, and you know, I think it should be against the law for a black woman to be seen out in public after 9:30 a.m. with her head tied up and house shoes and pajama tops and bottoms on. It should be against the law. I get tired of seeing black women out past 9:30, 10 o'clock with, you know, with their pajamas on, with their night clothes and stuff on. It should be against the law. Because see, when I see a woman that late in the day with pajamas on and her head tied up in house shoes, I'm only thinking one thing. This heifer ain't washed nothing. She ain't washed. She ain't bathed. She ain't took a bathe off or nothing. You know, she ain't done a little horse bath at the sink. You know, the little bath at the sink. She ain't
Bird bath.
The bird bath.
And you know, and because I don't know nobody that dress into pajamas to start their day. I mean, who go into pajamas and then I'm gonna start my day in pajamas? You know, you got your funky butt out that bed with them funky pajamas on, and now you all down here in Walmart with your little funky behind. I almost took and cussed just then, and then you think somebody. And then, you know, you think somebody wants you. Now you in line in front of me, glancing back at me because you're trying to see if I see your pajamas and went all up in your little musty crack. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. Because you're already showing me you just going to be around the house stinking and stuff. And I can't deal with that. And now I don't feed into her eye contact. Now she mad at every man she see. So now she on the phone calling her girlfriend on the way home from the Walmart with these pajama pants on, talking about, I don't need no man. I'm so sick of these men out here. I am sick of these men out here. I don't need no man. I'm just done. I'm just going to do me and these here cheerings, and I'm gonna get us right. Because I'm sick of these men, because it ain't but one man I need, girl. It ain't but one man I need. And his name is Jesus Christ. Well, newsflash, heifer, he's seeing other women too. Can't he keep these?
Well, praise God.
You is a trip.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So what you gonna make with the liver and onions? You gonna have vegetables,
Right.
beef,
Right.
and
That's what mine sound.
say what?
Something happened with my sound. I can't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
We can hear you now. What you gonna have with your liver?
But I hope y'all enjoyed that.
Yes, we did. We heard it all. Then it just went out. It did. But thank you so much, Les. Let's see, Josie, are you back?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Go ahead, Josie.
First off, let's get this straight. My name is Grandma Faye. I am Josie's grandmother. She asked me to sit in for her for the last part of the show. She said that you guys wanted to hear something funny.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to be so serious with your yes, ma'am. I just finished eating all my CBD. I don't have not a bit of seriousness in my body right now. All the CBD and THC is gone out of my little gummies that I've been eating here. So there's no reason to be yes, ma'am in here. Yeah. Where's the man with all the gray hair? He was looking something nice. I'm on a dating site. Sir, what's your name? Sir, Les? Sir, you're married? I don't care if you're married. Oh, he's going to black his camera. You know what? Like an old lady. So how are you ladies doing?
We're doing good.
I'm great.
So Grandma Faye, she's doing her own thing. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on stage and everything, telling jokes just like Josie. I said one day I'm gonna make it big with you too. Your grandma, just right there. And you see it, ladies, see it in the stars and the lights. Grandma Faye Faye. If y'all check out my latest skit I did with Coca Brown, I did a skit with Coca Brown. I'm gonna put it out later on tomorrow. I'm gonna drop my skit tomorrow. And that young lady Wanda on your TikTok, I like to shim it down a little TikTok myself. That's right.
That's what's up. I'm gonna find you on TikTok.
Hold on. You're gonna find me on TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my grandbaby's account because I haven't made my own. I don't know how to use all of those technologies and everything that they got going on there. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Excuse me while I take this. Yeah. Larry! Larry, I can't talk about it right now. Yeah, you can still come over. You're gonna bring that bottle of wine. Thunderbird. Get the Thunderbird. Yes, Larry, Thunderbird.
Thunderbird.
Okay. All right. Goodbye now.
I'm done.
I'm sorry, ladies. I have a little something coming over. Yes, you know, Grandma keeps the WAP working now. Grandma keeps that WAP working. Yeah.
The WAP?
The WAP. The WAP. Yes. Not your internet bandwidth. Your coochie bandwidth.
Oh. Okay, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma Faye.
Grandma Faye.
They said that you want to hear something inspirational for the children.
Yes, ma'am.
No, we didn't.
I mean, yes.
No, we didn't.
No.
Get you some CBDs. Get you some CBDs. Get you some cocoa cravables. It's legal. That's legal weed. Legal marijuana. Right there. Right there. Put it up there.
To go
right there for you.
That's gonna go with the Thunderbird.
That's gonna go with the Thunderbird tonight. Boy, you smart, girl. You smart, girl. You smart. You smart. See why you got all them degrees on your wall. You smart.
Yes, honey. Yes.
So my granddaughter, she wanted me to tell you she appreciate you all for having her as a guest tonight.
Okay.
She really appreciates
We
that.
appreciated her too.
We did. Definitely. Thank you. Was that all, Grandma? Did you have anything else to share with us tonight?
Do you have anything else?
Well, I always got something to talk about now, but I love your hair. It's like a
The little,
yeah, I
the
love
swoop to the side.
Yeah, the fringe bang.
I like it too.
I like
Not the bang gang.
yeah.
The bang gang.
The
Bang,
bang. Which
Hey,
bang?
look. Hey, hold on, look.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
got her specs too.
Just like you, Grandma. Look,
But you got to look over them. You know, we don't never look in them. We look over them.
I ain't old enough.
That's right.
Hold on.
Let them know that you're not playing when you look over them. Say, here,
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
You got it, Tasha. You got it.
That hurt my neck. But yes, Grandma, that was awesome. Let me tell you, that was great. That was great. So we definitely appreciate you. Any closing remarks for everyone that's viewing just about laughter as a whole?
Stay blessed and less stressed.
Amen.
Amen. Praise God. Praise God.
Amen.
And
Well,
what was the name of the
Thank you. Thank you, Grandma, and tell Josie, thank you for joining us tonight. We truly appreciated her sharing her thoughts about mental health and comedy.
Yes. She the name you were trying to ask me for something, young lady in the red. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was the name of the chewables again?
They're called Cocoa Cravables. Look out for their promo. Me and Coca Brown. You know, I'm out here trying to strut my wings and get famous too. Me and Coca Brown, we did a promo commercial on it. It's called The Transaction. Yeah, it's coming to you.
You said the transaction.
Yes. I'm going to drop it tomorrow morning and tag in it, sweetheart, just so you can see it.
Okay, we're going to look
You can go get you some Cravables as well. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Grandma. I'm good, but thank you. I'll share it with the world.
Share it with the world, yes.
So Vicky, last person on the list. You got anything for us? I don't know if you got a joke, but you got any closing remarks for us?
I just want to say again, thank you all tonight for just chiming in and sharing your thoughts about mental health and comedy. As we mentioned, we felt there's definitely a thread between the two, and you know, especially now laughter is needed more than ever, I feel. And you all are out here gifting us with your talents and your skills. So keep, like, I love what Josie said. Grandma, let Josie know I love what she said about exercise. It's like a muscle, you know, exercise your craft. You know, Wanda, I'm encouraging you to just continue to do your TikTok videos. You are brightening somebody's day. And we need that. Josie, keep grinding, keep getting out here, make sure you get your money, get them bands. And
that's right. I'm gonna tell her get them bands.
Get them bands. And Les, I know he's probably cooking his liver and onions right now. I appreciate him tuning in as well. And he was a prime example of life happens. And like he mentioned, he lost a loved one, but he still let the show go on and he joined us tonight. So
yes, Lord.
Thank you guys for being with us tonight. I'm going to flash some contact numbers for the streaming audience. If anything has triggered where you feel you need some additional supports or resources, you need to make that phone call. I'm going to flash some numbers on the screen. So please feel free to reach out to these toll-free numbers, and they are available 24/7. And until next time, thank you again for tuning in to Gravity Talks.
And we just definitely want to say thanks. And guys, listen, on next week, our show will be about mental health in the schools. We're coming back just to talk about what's happening next, what's going on. They're opening up some schools. Kids are starting to go in. We got some great people that are going to be coming and discussing that. It's going to be an awesome discussion about that. Also, if you tune in tonight at 9 p.m., we're doing our after talk. We have a special guest comedian that is going to come on, and he is going to review the show tonight with us. And he's coming on live. And so he's definitely been watching the show, and he's going to give his feedback about the show, and he's going to try to make us laugh too. So we're going to see what happens tonight. That's going to be at 9, same place. That's right, at 9 p.m. So we definitely want you guys to tune in. And also we want to thank everybody for just tuning in. And we want to just definitely say rest in peace to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. we definitely, look up to her as a great example for women. And so definitely we want to just encourage you all to keep pressing on through this pandemic. And do me a favor, if you do nothing else, make sure you laugh and laugh out loud. You guys have an awesome night. Thank you, panelists.
Yes.
And we'll see y'all in a little bit at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.